What's good? It's your boy NOG. Welcome back to the channel. Arsenal versus PSG this Wednesday under the lights at the Parc de France in the Champions League semi-final second leg. Listen, people, drop a like if you like this video. Drop a sub if you love it to be a part of the NOG fam. Let's talk about the game. Let me see if you lot can hear this. Revenir. Revenir. Comeback in French. This ain't remontada, it's comeback. This club need to mount a serious comeback. We need to channel the energy of the French goats we used to have at this club. Your Wengers, your Henrys, your Vieiras, your Petits. We need to channel that energy into this performance at the Parc de France. Yeah? This is serious because this game can go one of two ways. It's boom or bust, and it better be boom. We know the quality of this squad. I put this picture on the green screen today. Look at this. Let me even look at this. Look at this picture. This was from a couple seasons ago. Every Donny with a skin fade. In the tunnel, looking at the opponents like, yeah, who say what? Who do you man think you are? A lot's gone on with Arsenal in the last few weeks. There's been negativity in the fan base, rightly so, because this club once again has, overpromised, underdelivered, come up short with trophies. These players will be in the group chats and the GCs with all their boys playing for other clubs, picking up trophies. But all them clubs are going to pick up trophies, and Arsenal could be left with nothing, or they could leave with something, and a big bag at that too. These players need to turn up with this energy. That's what I want to see this Wednesday. Let's talk about it. Now, we know if PSG, speak about the context. Arsenal, local ice cream brand, you know what it is around the ends, but you know what it is. Bournemouth beat us on the weekend. PSG also lost on the weekend, but guess what? Luis Enrique rested the whole squad, including Donnarumma. They are going to be ready and raring to go. Arteta burned our players out, and we've had 4 days to recover and prepare for PSG. Again, Arteta's foolish management. But let's put all of the context aside. The fact that all of our ops are going to take home trophies, the fact we've got the hardest trophy to chase, the fact that Arteta's poorly managed the team, making excuses. We leave it all to bed. Let's speak about the positives right here and now. Arsenal Football Club, you need to make sure we've got everyone back, pretty much everyone back. We're not sure if Timber will make it. I'm hoping it's a bluff. But Partey back in midfield. One important thing about Partey's game and why we did so well against Real Madrid, a team that are better than us in pretty much every way, shape, or form, is tempo. Real Madrid had the ball. They had some convincing attacks here and there where they move quickly, they move the ball quick, players trying to run in behind. But one thing we controlled was tempo. Timber and Skelly controlling tempo from out of the back. As soon as possession is won by Arsenal, we controlled the tempo and slowed things down to a pace that's comfortable for us, but move the ball with conviction. One thing Arsenal don't do is move the ball with conviction in the Premier League. I don't know what it is, we just can't do it. In the Champions League, however, with the exception of, again, this PSG game that we lost in the first leg 1-0, and even then we had chances, by the way. Let's speak about that. Martinelli could have scored a goal when he was played through. Rice, who played through, Trossard could have scored a goal. Saka had an opportunity, he could have scored. So we had 3 or 4 big opportunities in that game. Don't get me wrong, PSG had 5, 6. So if everyone converts, the score still would have been like 7-3, 6-3, 6-2, something like that. However, we have an opportunity with our players back. There's no excuses. Let's control the tempo and go for the game. In my opinion, there's nothing to lose. We throw it all on the table in a manner and a tempo that works, but we can't be seeing this lack of conviction, this kind of strolling around the pitch that Odegaard is doing nowadays. Not finishing our dinner. We have to take our chances, and we know this team is capable of it. This team, this season, this picture that's this background, that season they were on crud. What happened to this football? Where did it go? We know it's in our locker. We did it to Real Madrid. Skelly looking at Jude Bellingham on the floor, creasing. Look at the energy that Skelly's brought to this club, the aura that he's brought to this team and added to this team. And we know this team have it. So let's go get it. If Ben White comes in, he can't be getting cooked like he was on the weekend. The front players. Front three plus Odegaard. I think serious conversations need to be had with Odegaard. If Odegaard's not working in this match, we need to change him at probably 45. I'm not going to lie. Arteta's going to start Odegaard regardless. We know this. We know he's not been in form. This is the biggest game of your Arsenal career. If there's a time to turn up, it's now. If you get us to the finals, we'll forget all the rest of it. Because let's keep it real. It's a collective effort that meant we didn't win this season. Yeah. It's not all on you, but you've been putting in bad game after bad game after bad game, and it's been compounding. But the great thing about football, of all sports, is that it's a long season and you have the chance to rectify yourself. And we all have bad moments in life, bad situations that you can turn over. Odegaard, you need to make sure you have a solid 8, 9, 10 out of 10 on Wednesday because the front players are going to need service. And if you provide that service and they don't finish their dinner, as the captain, that's where you should be getting onto them. But we can't be having you dropping 2s, 3s, whilst, even Trossard and Martinelli, who haven't been all that the last couple of games, are at least putting in 5s, 4s, 5s. Saka's putting in 7s, even though he wasn't great against Bournemouth. So look, those players need to be firing. If it's not working, if we have Timber, I think we need to try something different as well. This is Arteta's other main problem. We only have plan A's. What is your plan B? Actually, let's speak about lineups. I wasn't going to do lineup builder, but I actually want to speak about lineups. Let's actually build one now. Let me pull this up. I've even got to be out, people, but this game is too important not to discuss. Move with your ads. All right, David Raya and goal. Honestly, I'm going to tell you what I would do at halftime if nothing else changes, because I really think we need to go for the jugular. I think we need to go for the jugular, and if we don't get a goal or two by 30 minutes, I think if we don't get a goal by 30 minutes, this game is on the ropes. Because one thing about PSG is they're defensively frail. If we score a goal to make it 1-1, this puts the pressure back on PSG straight away. And if you can do that early enough in the game, then it's open season. If by halftime we've still got players putting in stinkers and it's not working, I would make some changes. And this is what I do. Let's go through lineup builder. Listen, people, if you like the video, drop a like, drop a sub if you love it. And yeah, let's go for it. If Timber is in this team, this is what I would do by halftime. So let's call it halftime subs. Halftime tactico. That's what this is going to be called. If by halftime, because we know that the team he's going to play verbatim, we know what team he's going to play. If Timber is in this team, if halftime it's not working, I'm going Benny Blanco right back. We know the centre back pairings we've got. We've got Saliba and Kivior. Drop them in there. Shout out to Kivior. He's honestly been coming through and doing really well. But again, we've also got our own defensive frailties. Let's talk about because one of the things we're usually good at is set pieces. That's something PSG are weak on. But as we saw on the weekend, we're also super weak at set pieces. We don't know how to defend throw-ins and not corners as well. How can we be the best offensively set pieces and the worst offensively in the Prem with set pieces? We saw how Evan Nilsson basically just marshaled. Yes, it shouldn't have been a goal. But again, lack of management to coach these players to defend set pieces better. Anyway, I digress. I'd put Timber at left back. This is halftime tactico. Let's change the formation. We need the 4-3-3, obviously. And look, people might not agree with this. Let me know what you think. Obviously, Partey in the number 6, massive miss for the first leg, and stupid, absolutely foolish by him to do what he did. Um, to make sure he missed the first leg because that would have been a massive help. And also foolishness on Arteta's part for not taking Thomas Partey off, you know, with 10 minutes to go for the rest of the game. He literally picked up the yellow at like 85th minute. Just take Partey off. Take the players on the yellow or take one of them off at least. Anyway, if by halftime Odegaard's still falling, I'm taking him off the pitch. And actually, I'm putting Skelly in the right 8. I'm going Declan Rice in the left 8. Because if by halftime we haven't gotten a goal, and even if worse, we've conceded, we're going to need legs and people who aren't scared to attack in the 8 positions. Not scared to attack and not scared to be aggressive and be instinctive about the way they hunt down players. Vitinha will be in midfield. Let's keep it real. If Partey is covering that back 4 and screening to make sure he can intercept, Rice always helps out because that 6th part of his game is in his blood. So Rice is really a box to box. He helps Thomas Partey out. Odegaard, whilst he does help press, he's not as good or instinctive as Thomas Partey and Rice in that they have that 6 mentality. Skelly has that 6 mentality out from left back. So in my opinion, if by halftime it's not working, I would leverage Lewis Skelly's midfield abilities and put him in the 8 to create an attacking presence, but also make sure we kind of force PSG back. Then we've got the front 3. Saka. Again, the man that turns up in the big moments, turned up in the big moment when he came back from his injury. Marino. We're going to need his aerial presence. We know that PSG are weak with aerial presence. And lastly, Martinelli, who can come on with, who obviously will be starting the game, I'm sure, has the pace factor. So this is what I do, people. Let's speak about it. This is the halftime tactico. These are the tactics I'd make at halftime if things aren't working. So again, if Timber is fit, I'd bring Timber on, move him to, or have Timber at left back, Ben White at right back. I would bring Lewis Skelly on for Martin Odegaard, or move him to Martin Odegaard's position if he's already playing. Keep Rice in the left 8, and then the rest of the team the same. Marino comes in back up top. And this is what I would do. Honestly, I think this is the way we create enough pressure and pressing and have enough to kind of cancel out the midfield, because that's where we lost it in the first leg. Let me know if you agree with this lineup or if you go with something different or you think I'm chatting absolute rubbish. But I feel like those 3 midfielders could add so much to our game in the second leg. Now, look, people, score predictions. I think it's going to be a tough game at the Parc de France. I'm going to go 2-1 to Arsenal and extra time. And I think an extra time, PSG might pip us. I really want to go for a win, but what's leaning me to believe we won't win this tie or this match, or let me say that we won't win this. Yeah, we won't win this tie or match overall. Is that PSG just have fresher legs? So again, unless this team have the tenacity to kill the game, I think we can win the game if we get a goal by halftime or by 30 minutes. If we don't do that, I think it's going to be a mountain to climb, and PSG are going to have more energy than us to do it. But look, come on, you Gunners. This team can do it. Bring back this aura. Can Arsenal do a revenir at the Parc de France? My French-speaking friends are going to absolutely cook me. But that's the headline. That's the title. Catch you in a bit. Come on, you Gunners, and let's do it this Wednesday. Peace. I'm out. NLG in a bit.